You're listening to Combat Radio with Ethan Dettenmeyer, right here on LA Talk Radio.
It's back to Halloween, and Miss, I'm on a very top-level project, but can't talk about it. The always in-demand Ashley Palmer's here at Peter Shinkoda, formerly of the show Falling Skies, and I say formerly because that show's off the air by next week. When that show just fucking tanked itself. Doomed. And then, obviously, Tom Vittorino, manager,
very kind of you.
industry expert extraordinaire.
Very kind.
But also, Tyson Sainer should be joining us with a little bit of his expertise, if you will. Tyson, it is Halloween, and I think let's go around the room real quick before Tyson starts. Everyone, give us, our listeners, a Halloween recommendation. I know you're probably going to say Paranormal Activity. There's probably some residual check deal connected to that for you, Ashley. But can you recommend something outside of that for our listeners to check out this Halloween? What do you recommend?
I think they should check out Halloween, Paranormal Activity 4, so that it does really well, and they have the money to make 5 and
hopefully the casting pool goes back your way, as it should. Smart move. See?
Yeah, smart move.
Intelligence. And we said we should have a female president. Well, that's evidence of...
I would love to be your female president.
Okay, well, let's get a campaign together.
There's always time.
Peter, what's Halloween recommendation? What's the question?
Right.
What do you got? Give us a quick recommendation.
I say The Omen, the original Richard Donner.
Okay,
Omen.
that's good.
Omen
That's
1,
good. Tom?
Creepy.
I would say for Halloween to all the moms out there who'll be taking their kids around to dress either in the French maid or the naughty nurse outfit.
Well, hold on. We're talking about a movie recommendation, not your costume, not your fantasy for Halloween.
I would say Zombie Hookers 1, the original.
Zombie Hookers, laid to rest. Okay, and now Tyson, you have a recommendation or something to discuss related to Halloween.
Yes, absolutely. I actually watched 3 films this week. There was The Wolfman from 1941, starring Lon Chaney Jr., which I had never seen up to this point.
Really?
Classic Universal horror film. Mm-hmm. I followed that up with the 2010 remake starring Benicio del Toro as the same character, Lawrence Talbot, and then polished that off with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which is the last time that Lon Chaney Jr. appeared as the character Larry Talbot, but the 5th time in total on film.
Wow.
Aside from the remake, sorry.
It's funny, Lon Chaney Jr., Creighton, as he was really named, before his father died, Lon Chaney, the excellent Lon Chaney, who to this day remains one of the best performers Hollywood has ever had. Lon Chaney Sr. was supposed to be Dracula. He passed away unexpectedly. Bela Lugosi got the role. Bela Lugosi was supposed to be Frankenstein, but he didn't want it because the part had no dialogue, and Boris Karloff got his start. But going back to Lon Chaney Jr., the name he took, who later tried to commit suicide. He died of throat cancer, but blamed it on the Wolfman movies. His dad did not want him in entertainment. His dad pulled him out of Hollywood High and made him wanted him to be a plumber. Said, you're not doing this, because his dad was a performer during the Great Depression and knew how hard it could be. As awesome as Lon Chaney was, I don't think he, career-wise, financially, was ever that personally secure. I think he was always on to the next project. But Lon Chaney Jr. got the role of the Wolfman and did it. He claimed in an interview he did it 6 times. Some people may think that it was a television appearance. But you're in my wheelhouse now, and unfortunately, all the production notes to that movie, the Wolfman, the original Wolfman, are lost.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But anyway, make the comparison. So you also saw the Benicio del Toro remake.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I don't know.
Peter's chuckling to himself. Let me tell you something, Peter, about Tyson. Tyson always tries to find the bright side of life, so he's going to find the positive to a movie. Okay. That's what he reaches. He's that kind of generous spirit. So it's okay, Tyson. You can like it. I thought that the relationship in it was at least believable, because if you look at the first one, Claude Rains and Lon Chaney Jr. do not look like father and son. They look like they're the same age. It's almost ridiculous to kind of see him trying to play that role. I was a huge Claude Rains fan. Have you seen the original Wolfman? Ashley Palmer needs to see. Homework assignment for you.
I saw Teen Wolf.
Okay, Teen Wolf.
How about the Teenage Wolfman with Michael Landon in it?
Okay, that's good too. Yeah, all right. I think we're getting off topic though. So you did like the remake, Tyson?
I did enjoy the remake. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it's I'd recommend looking at it, but I'd like people to at least watch the first one or the original one first to get. Even though it's actually fairly upsetting, and actually. So what you're saying is did they not get along, or they just not have any father-son chemistry on screen?
I don't want to. I never met Lon Chaney Jr., but the story is he didn't get along with most people and was kind of a notorious, rather rough drunk. But that's a discussion for another time. His
very dramatic film.
His co-host in that film, Evelyn Akers, did a lot of movies with him, and they did not like each other. They were both on record as saying they hated each other. Universal kept matching them up. So I don't know. He also had very public conflicts with Jack Pierce, the head of makeup, who designed all the Frankenstein makeup and that stuff. But Jack Pierce fought with everybody too. He was actually ousted, I think, eventually because of his personality issues. But you never really know. I mean, the thing about the movie, the original, they got the atmosphere right. They had great design. The movie made in its day like somewhere over $1 million, which was big in 1941.
Oh yeah, especially with the budget of $180,000 originally.
Yeah, but like I said, they don't really come off to me as father and son. And at times, Lon Chaney's character is just obnoxious. Like when he spies on the girl with the telescope and goes into the antique shop,
that was really creepy.
He wants earrings, and she's like, "We don't have any earrings" or something, and he says, "Well, yeah, you do. I saw them when I was looking at you from the palace telescope." It's just like this weird kind of forced chemistry. Like he's really not psychotic. He's actually quite charming in his weird, demented kind of way. It's like you can't even really like him as a character at times, I think, personally.
Sounds like a political candidate, I know.
Let's have some Romnesia and move forward. Anyway, but it is a movie that you got to see, and it's kind of upbeat and it's interesting. And I'm pretty sure the DVD actually has a film historian commentary to it. I don't know, but I don't know who does it.
Pardon? Which one is what does the commentary?
I don't know. I said the original Wolfman has a commentary to it, but I'm not sure who does the commentary.
Oh, I'm not sure either. I can look it up later. Absolutely. Or I can look it up now. Actually.
One cool thing about the remake that I thought was a good idea was there's a scene in there where the father has a dungeon he locks himself into during the full moon to kind of contain himself. And I actually thought that was a pretty cool idea, because if you knew you were the savage monster, why don't you put yourself in a jail cell? But you know what? Your third recommendation, Abbott and Costello Meet the Monsters, was that it?
Well, it was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. It was the first of the Meet the Monsters films for them when they crossed over the classic monster rally of the big three: Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula character.
Pretty cool. Wait, I want to make sure I got the right movie. Is that the one where Glenn Strange played Frankenstein?
Yes, although he actually played Frankenstein a couple times, but absolutely he did play Frankenstein and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein as well. Yes.
I want to tell you.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to tell you that if you're going to be a monster character at Universal in the 30s and 40s, Glenn Strange is the best name you could possibly have.
Yeah, no doubt. Huh?
That is a great stage name. Go ahead, Tyson, real quick.
No, it's fantastic. Real quick, which? Did you have a specific?
No, continue. I interrupted you.
Oh, no. Well, so yeah, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. This was, I went down the rabbit hole, which is the history of Universal Monsters, which apparently started in the 1930s and ended in, it was 1923 to 1960, but I've now come in the middle, so I'm going to need a chart, because I found out that the sequel to The Wolfman, which is Frankenstein versus the Wolfman, is the second film for the Wolfman, but it's actually the fifth film for Frankenstein. So now,
I can't. I don't.
Blue.
There is some sort of order to the.
Like I said, I'll make a chart.
All those movies, we should come back and actually discuss these movies at length. All these movies are pretty interesting. It is awesome to fathom the possibility of Lon Chaney playing Dracula, because he was unreal as Phantom of the Opera, and he was. Even in the silent era, his performances are so loud in a way. Just the idea of him playing Lugosi's part, Lugosi being a veteran of World War I on the Austro-Hungarian side, very, very. Lugosi's a great choice. He's obviously the staple. And at night they used the same sets and shot the Spanish version, which is also available, I think, in the DVD pack. Very interesting. But let's do a part 2 to this, Tyson, because of time. So let's break this down, and we're going to start November off and continue with Halloween and do the classic breakdown.
I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London.